rapidly in your home. You're all so old.
Go out and turn the brightness up. Hold on.
There's this reel.
Oh, look. Oh,
There's this reel that's like, I like my girls a little bit older. Can we do that together? Because you're old and I'm not. We're gonna do it. There's no one here. I just found it on my coffee table upstairs, so someone's been eating it. Thank you, Marie. So we originally banned anything in our home that gave cheesy fingers, but now we've kind of slipped up.
it is true. Cheese fingers are not good.
Fingers wreck walls and everything in your life.
Well, cheese fingers aren't good on paper either.
I have something funny to tell you. Like, I was saving it to tell you, and now it has left me. Kelsey says it's doing the one person is froze when the other talks, but it's not freezing for me. And I'm like sitting on my.
I mean, the modem is right here. You're looking at the modem. I like him sucking face with the modem.
Yeah, we're like on it.
We couldn't be any more together with the modem than we are.
Life, we haven't done a live in a long time together, and Adrian's life has taken just a colorful turn. Tell us about you.
I just can't even totally talk about it. It's just too much. Yesterday, my father-in-law just came home, 2 days ago, and declared that he is now in an Indian tribe.
So good.
And it's called the Takawalkas? Something like Takawalkas.
Is it a real tribe? Is it a real one?
Yes, and he swears that there's a bunch of them living over in Hertford, which is the town next door. So he wants Thomas to take him over there. Here's somebody wants to pay for our pedicure. Ooh. Here you go, outdoor TV. You're in luck.
Being genuine. How does outdoor TV know we're getting pedicures?
So anyway, there's that. And I'm going out of town tomorrow to Texas. My husband's going out of town. My sister-in-law's coming to stay here. And Grandpa fell, and he says he didn't fall. He slipped.
It's like living this in real time. I wasn't there, but I was getting a sort of play-by-play, and then my phone rang at 10:30 at night. That's very late over here in the Swenson house, and I'm like, something's happening.
Call her. I'm like, well, it's just something else has happened now.
And I never know. I never know.
It's bad times. It is this. I will tell you, taking care of an older person is truly it is really a privilege. I can't imagine when I'm 90, what that would be like. But it is so much harder than autism. And I didn't know there was much harder. And granted, Amos is kind of in an easy stage, but I'm telling you, it's like toddlerhood and autism. It's really difficult.
There's also the dynamic that he's older than you, and you've known him in his right mind for many years.
Yes, and his mind is very sharp. Like, he's not kidding when he says he's an Indian.
Is he?
He says he is.
Will you tell a story about the red fedora?
So he's, and we finished that. He was convinced that he met someone that wanted to buy his house. Oh, look at these comments.
I'm trying to.
You need some moderators. Maybe Diana, you need to get on these people. These are horrible. And he was like, I met this man in a red fedora and he wants to buy my house. And I was like, well, I don't know who it is. So he had me start calling people, and I would be like, hello, hi, Ben. Grandpa says you know the man in the red fedora. And he'd be like, no, I don't. So I called like 5 people who then started thinking I was nuts about the red fedora. Well, we had a caregiver come over, and I was like, I got a job for you. Y'all need to ride over to this museum and find the man in the red fedora.
I was reading some really bad things, but he didn't he make the caregiver go?
I did. Oh, Leanne, let Leanne moderate. She's real good. That's Nurse Gina's daughter. Um, he, I did. I was like, can y'all go over there and talk? And, it's interesting. He was so pissed, like, nobody will take me over there. Thomas won't go. I mean, Thomas was like, I'm gonna have to take a day off work. I was like, I'm not going. I'm not going to the museum to look for a man in a red fedora. So the care she took him, and they were like, yeah, we don't know who you're talking about. And he's never said another word about it.
It's funny. What I really enjoy is that it's not like it was like the man with the spiky brown hair. Like not every day would he be wearing a red fedora.
We don't know where he said he was wearing it at your house. I'm like, I think I would remember. And then I would have friends like Mary Scott would be like, oh, I think I know who it is. It's the man at church. I'm like, that man, that's not a red fedora. That man has nothing to do with that. She's like, oh, shoot. Like people have been on the lookout for the man with the red fedora.
Crazy. It's interesting when you watch the number count go up. That's when they get here.
Yes. So the red fedora was exciting. And now we uh we I don't know. I'm leaving town. I'm going to meet you in Texas on Wednesday.
Wondering if you're going to be able to come.
Is that an option?
No.
Oh, good. If I didn't come, I would just go somewhere and hide by myself. Be like, it's really bad here. And you'd be like, what's that noise? I'd be like, oh, nothing. It's just the massage oil getting rubbed into my neck.
But don't you have something else to nominate for the book? Do you have something? Are you leaving tomorrow?
Yes,
Where are you
tomorrow.
going?
I guess I don't even know. I guess I'll go to my parents' house. Thomas and I'll go to my parents' house and spend the night. And our flights leave at 7. He's going on a he's going to the Bahamas on a trip with high school and college friends.
What's happening here? I can't.
What if you just swipe the comments? Can you make them go away so you don't see them? No. Well, you can like scroll. You can just scroll all the way up, then you don't have to look at them. That's probably smarter because you
What is
got to quit looking.
what? I'm fascinated. Sort of.
We tell them what's happening on Facebook, or does anybody care?
I am very intrigued. Or does no one care? So, can I just tell you something? I'm so busy right now, and I'm not saying that like in a I'm so busy. I'm so busy that I have to write notes at all times. This says I have to sign up for baseball snacks for Harbor. I have to buy 3 easels for the treat. I have to get a gift for Cindy, and I have to find the SeaWorld tickets. That just happened in the last 5 minutes.
Going to SeaWorld.
We're giving away SeaWorld tickets and a hotel.
Where have you put the SeaWorld tickets?
They're in the home.
I tell you what,
Oh, I have a story.
I
I have a story.
I lose a lot.
Here's the story I have to tell you. So everything I do lately, everything I do, I get there in like the okay, so I went to my storage locker and I couldn't open the door and I found out that the electricity was out and the doors weren't opening. I went to an appointment today at 2 o'clock and I walk in and she's like, oh no, Jan didn't call you, just like that. And I'm like, no. And she's like, our systems crashed, so no appointments today. Sorry. And I was like, but it's just everything I do, everything I
can't Jan have the appointment with no system?
They need this system for the notes. It was a medical thing. So anyhow, so then
Get a pen, Jan.
I went to Office Max to get stuff for the retreat, and I want to get a planner. Oh, I picked one out. Okay, so I picked out this planner, and just so you know, almost all the planners are 2026 now.
Got a 2-year planner? So I just bought a planner. It looks very similar, but it's a 2-year
Who
planner.
wants 2026? We're not even there yet. But here's the funniest part.
2 years ahead.
But it didn't start till January 2026.
Oh, well, that's
Okay.
not good.
So you're gonna die. So I get up there and I scan my stuff. You're gonna die. And he goes, "Did you grab this here?" And I go, "Yeah, like right back there." And he goes, "This planner's from Kohl's." I was at Office Max. And I go, "Right here, Kohl's, $18.99." And
They're expensive.
I go, "But I grabbed it here." And he's like, "That's the one brought and like exchanged it on their own." He goes, "You can just have it." And I was like, "That's the nicest thing that's ever happened to me."
Bet what they did was it's kind of clever. They have their receipt and they have the calendar, and they're like, "We're returning the calendar," and they were like, "Okay."
I got this for free.
They're nice.
I know. It was like the first good thing that's happened to me in like 3 years. It like gave me a will to keep going. I was like, this is it.
I had that happen one time. I felt sort of guilty. I was speaking, but I wasn't getting paid to speak. And I bought a raffle ticket. And whenever I buy a raffle ticket, I'm to tell you all my secret. I take the raffle ticket and let me find a ticket piece of paper, and I fold the paper like this.
So
So
it's
when
easier.
when you have a raffle ticket, you want to kind of put it in there, and then you unfold it so it sticks up. Well, guess whose name they called? Guess who won the diamond ring and the diamond necklace?
Stop it.
Me, the speaker of the event.
Was it?
Kind of nice. I mean, not like a giant diamond, but I kept that mess. I'm going to give it to Blair for graduation and like her 16th birthday.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know.
Someone said, "What happened on Facebook? They did me wrong today on my blog." Well, Facebook sent out messages to like half their creators telling them that they were demonetized and there was no way to fix it, essentially. And I knew something was going on because I have a blog group. Sherry, are you in my blog group? And so Sticks and Fuzzies was first. She's like, "I'm not too concerned because I only make $3, but this is weird." And then they all started like, "Oh, I got that too. I got that too. I got that too." So I knew it was a glitch. And a very big creator, Mary Catherine Backstrom, did a video today about how she's just been done wrong by Facebook and she really let him have it. And I was like eating the popcorn watching. I was like, this is fascinating.
I haven't watched the video you sent me yet.
It's
But she hasn't gotten paid. They owe her like $10,000. But here's what I think maybe is going on there.
okay.
Mary Catherine sometimes has a tendency to take other people's content and share it like it's original content. And I wonder if she did that and earned a bunch of money and then it got flagged and they froze, like, we're not gonna. Because if you had something viral, you could very well make $10,000. Because I think it's been a while that they've had it. I kind of think that's what's happened. But still, none of us are safe. I think that's why you and I are over on YouTube tonight. So tonight on YouTube, I shared it on my stories and with my subscribers and my big YouTube page and said, "Come over and watch Kate." So I said to Kate, "What happens?" Like, so Carrie can't use her Facebook right now. I don't
No, so I'm confused. They can still use their Facebook. There's just no monetization and they can't use subscribers.
can't use subscribers at all.
Well, it says I looked at Carrie's image and it said unable to make money off subscriptions. So I'm guessing
gonna ask her right now if she can do it because that would be really bad, right?
Yeah. So I thought this was interesting. For anyone watching, Adrian and I both have pretty um what's the word? I mean, we've had subscriber pages on Facebook for years, and we have built like core people that really want to be part of the.
They pay for
Yeah, and I think we share things of value, and we've built community and all these parts. I did a video today on Facebook this morning just talking about my group, and I'm like, if you feel isolated and you feel lonely and you want a place, mine's more autism focused. I was like, come join. Normally something like that would gain some people. I gained like 3. I'm like, that's strange.
I think Facebook is you're not I told Carrie today, you won't make money on Reels in August. That ends for everybody. And then you now they've gotten rid of ad revenue. And this is not something we've talked about, but I feel a little better talking about it right here. But in the heyday, there was a lot of money to be made on Facebook with ad revenue. And I'm not going to give you a number, but I'm going to give you a big hint. Half of a year of out of state tuition every month.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
I mean, way more than 10,000 for just ad revenue. And now I made a half a cent on a video with 50,000 views. Before that would have made $1,000.
One of your Did you figure out why you owe money?
Yeah, I owe money. I don't know. I mean, they're never going to get it from me. I can tell you that right now.
Never in my life. How could you owe money?
It's nuts. And I mean, it's like I'm just like bleeding people. Everything's negative, negative, negative. Monetization. Let's see here. Okay, see.
While she's looking, what I'll just say is, so the thing is that, so for me, I just hit 1.2 million followers on Facebook. And so
I mean, I cannot get to 360. I've been at 359 for like 8 months.
I've worked
We're
really
so good
hard.
at it.
Um,
Yeah, look, negative $170.
Weird. But what I'll say is I've worked really hard, and so has Adrian, to grow these audiences because they're people that have fallen in love with our content and they like what we have to say and all these different things. And now we can't reach them. So it's like it is kind of weird. Like think if you sold Mary Kay and you built a group of people that you worked with, and then all of a sudden you couldn't reach them anymore no matter what you did, and they can't find, essentially people are like, I can't even find you anymore. I'm like, how?
I mean, it's, it really is. I mean, there's a lesson in here somewhere. I'm not sure what it is, but I mean, for the last month, do you know what I made in ad breaks? So every time we do a video like this on Facebook, I would do, 5 a week. That's like 20 hours a month. Do you know what I made? 17 cents for the
Nah, show me. And I'm telling you, Adrian was the queen. I was like so jealous of her. I'm like, you little.
I didn't know you were jealous. That makes
Not
me
really.
happier.
I can't be jealous of you.
And I made 20 cents on stars. 17 cents. The month before I made 12 cents. But on the educated debutante, I made a lot. I made $7.09.
$7. Can we split that in Austin?
The month before Tails, I made $252. So it just slowly started like, and then the month before, $641. The month before, $792.
But
So
here,
you can just see it.
Zuck Zuckerberg is still making his money. He's still making his money. They're still putting ads on it. He's just keeping it.
It's depressing. Zuckerberg, $3,977. December.
1,000?
$3,977. This month I made 7 cents. And if you ask anybody, they're like, well, what you should do is you should do better content. Try to engage your audience by eating popcorn. Okay, I'm going to eat popcorn. And if that doesn't work, then what you could do is you could say, hey guys, why don't you come follow me? I'm a lot of fun.
Do shorter videos, do longer videos, do reels, do written posts. And it's like, none of this is working.
Your own feet.
You're gross.
Kelvin thinks I look beautiful.
Yeah, he's gotta go. I don't like that talk.
D Vega likes you, the hottie in the white tank top. I tell you what, you better have the white tank top on in Texas because we're going to get there. And you know what the temperature is going to be? 107. 107.
Oh, can I just say before we go, the hottest I've ever felt, I was in Vegas. My sister got married in June in Vegas, like 100 years ago, and it was 121. Now listen to this. You're not going to believe it, but it's true. It was so hot, my debit card in the cabana outside curled. It like melted and like curled into itself, the debit card. So when you looked at it, it was like bowed. Everything else, oh yeah, to get new one right away. But I remember asking the wait staff, like, is this hot for you? And they're like, this is hot for us. What, like 121? That's hot.
107 is hot. Oh God, that's really good. There's caramel in here and cheese because
Say caramel or caramel?
caramel. You also say pop.
You say sweet tea.
Drink.
So all pop is drink?
Yeah. There's no such thing as pop. It's like you want a Coke, Dr. Pepper, Redneck Sweat.
I think it's amazing that Amos drinks sweet tea. Cooper had a drink of Sprite one time in his life, and he like faked his own death. He was like, "Ah."
Tea doesn't have any carbonation.
Hey,
It's just
for you,
tea with sugar in it.
does Amos use adult toothpaste yet, or still kid toothpaste?
I've been trying with the adult toothpaste because I can't find the kid toothpaste. But I'm using the adult. I use such a tiny, I put it on there and then I get it off with the water. And I use a big toothbrush now. We only brush teeth once a day. You brush teeth twice?
We do. I'm really weird about Cooper's teeth, even more than the other kids, just because he's never had real dental care. So I'm like nuts about it. And also, I do not know if this is an autism thing or what this is. Cooper's teeth look different. They look different than the other kids' teeth. And someone told me that can happen to individuals with disabilities as they age. I don't know why that would be.
Amos's teeth they always look like they have stuff on them.
The Coopers.
But we just brush them once.
I'm telling you, I'm like this.
No, I'm the brushing. I do the serious brushing. It's serious.
Rape them. Yeah. And this is so interesting. Autism's so interesting. He's very fascinated by his tongue now. So my phone is full of selfies of him going like this. And then he'll like scrape his tongue.
Yeah. That is strange. He doesn't have to shave yet, right?
Oh, and this came up over the weekend because our family was together, and I said, I wonder if we'll have to shave Cooper's face. I mean, obviously. And Jamie's like, he's gonna have no hair. That family, very, very light hair. Jamie hardly ever has to shave.
Oh, it's bad at our house. Thomas has to shave like twice a day.
I wouldn't imagine that.
Amos has a little fuzz on his lip.
Cooper has armpit hair, and that's just been like a whole thing. Like, it's so shocking.
I don't think Amos does. He doesn't let you look under there though.
It's so funny because Sawyer is waiting, like study. I mean, he's like this. Sawyer every day is like this. Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm like, there's no hair. It's a dog hair.
Blair, the boys were excited too, and Blair was, their younger sister. And I remember she was like, "I've got one hair."
Sawyer, that's Sawyer. He has one in the left pit.
This is the best popcorn I have ever had in my life.
So I have to bring so much stuff to Texas, and I'm very anxious about it.
To check a bag.
Of course, I wouldn't be able to lift it though. So if it's over the weight limit, you just pay, right?
No, you can't fly.
The Delta app, it said the first bag you check is $25. The second bag you check is 45. So do I just check two bags then?
No.
But how do I pull them? Feels terrible to me.
I pull two bags. You can do.
Well, you have an abnormal amount of shit at all times. You're like a bag lady. I've never seen someone with so much stuff.
Not this trip, I don't.
I mean, we are talking like clothes on hangers, bags.
I bought that new dress for New York City, and I think I left it at a hotel.
That story, Adrian.
Do you think they still have it?
It zipped. Well, no, someone took it. It zipped up, but then like one of her sweater puppets was in there funny, and so then we tried to release them, and then it like how like the zipper jumps, and then it was like open here.
It's too tight because I went to Minnesota and ate too much food. It barely fit as I eat all this pop.
when we were leaving when we were leaving Chicago and you were putting your jeans on, you're like, "What's happening? Nothing fits." And I looked over and she was just puffy, and I was like, "Oh,
I couldn't even get my rings off. What did I eat in Chicago?
wrong." Or that pizza.
I have a food problem.
That I have lots of friends that never eat. And so my favorite thing about Adrian, and there's millions of them, but my most favorite is that anytime I can say, "Are you hungry?" and she's like, "I could eat."
Well, Kate said to me after a while, you know, you're my only friend that can always eat. Everybody's always like, "Oh no, I'm not hungry." I went, "Why?"
And we don't eat a lot. We'll just stop and have like a little like app or something. It's so
Yeah,
fun.
like a little popcorn.
A little bite. But one thing that Adrian sometimes she's reached that age where she wants to share sandwiches, and I'm like, no. I get real weird about that. I'm not.
I do the shot, the Zepbound shot. And so that clearly doesn't work tonight. That slows down your hunger. And so I really can only eat a half a sandwich. And I hate to waste food.
I know. Yeah, I've noticed that about you.
I mean, at home, I always take food home. We eat leftovers all the time.
People don't. We always take food home.
I mean, I love a leftover. In fact, Mary Scott, her family doesn't eat leftovers. So every once in a while, she'll call me and be like, "Bring your Tupperware." And I go over there and gather up all the leftovers for the week.
I feel like a hot dish or something or a soup is.
A casserole always tastes better when you cook it later.
I can't. Sometimes it's like I'll make it and like we'll nibble on it, and then it's better the next. I'm like looking forward to it as the meal the next day.
I totally agree. If I make soup, sometimes I don't even eat it. I just freeze it right away.
You know what I thought was funny? I just saw this reel that was like making fun of white people making tacos. So let me ask you a question. How if you were gonna make tacos, what would you do first? What would you do?
To the store.
Well, no, okay, pass.
Oh, I get this pan and I put the ground beef in it with some water.
Yep,
And then I get the powder bag
yep.
and I dump that in there and I simmer it for 5 minutes. Oh, no, I've already drained. You have to drain the meat. Then you put it back in with the water and the powder. And then I put the taco shells in the oven.
I guess people. I don't know. That's how we've always made our tacos. And if I feel fancy, I'll get like a bunch of multicolored peppers and onions and I'll like fry those up.
Yeah, I don't do.
Oh, that takes time. But I love doing that. But no, we don't that I thought that was how you made tacos, but they were making fun of us people.
What? How do they make them?
Well, I'm guessing they do like a barbacoa or do something like that, like a really good make their own guac, pico. I don't do any of that stuff.
Carla, she's a woman that helps me, do lots of stuff. She's been helping a lot with Grandpa. She makes really good tamales.
Ooh, yeah, that's fun.
Tamales are they will fill you up. They're like thick. They're wrapped in these corn husks that you unwrap them, and it's very thick flour. It's almost like a pizza that hadn't been cooked all the way.
And one that would make those. They take like a whole day and make them.
Do?
No, no, they would take a whole day to make like hundreds.
Oh, but you can only eat like one. They're so filling. They literally are the most filling things I've ever eaten in my life. They're so good, but they are filling.
We should hop off. I have to go get Sawyer from base.
Hey, come here and look who I'm talking to. Who is it? Look. Oh, golly. Who
Hey,
is this?
Amos, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Huh.
When you get older, will you come and go to the Wisconsin Dells water park with me and Cooper? Your mom's been there.
Is it?
You've been there.
What you do? Oh, I have tape on my leg. Who are you going to go to the Wisconsin water park?
Will you take that off?
Yeah. Did you hear what Kate
Don't
said?
take the tape off your leg.
I put scotch tape on my leg while I was talking to you.
If you like feeling better,
Yeah, it's good. Do you like water parks?
it's not good.
Cooper likes a wave pool. So we're gonna go. We're actually gonna go in November. We're gonna rent a condo and go in November for his birthday.
Oh, maybe the Woods can come.
Well, I was thinking that, but I thought it might be too much for you guys. So maybe another time. But we'll go anytime.
Too much for us. Do you like water parks? That's around your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooper, there's one rule in a water park, Amos. You can't, or in a wave pool. You can't go towards the side.
Oh, we know. And why is that a rule? It's so annoying.
I don't want you to bump the side, but so Cooper spends his whole time going to the side, and then we grab his swimsuit, and then his swimsuit eventually comes off.
The last time we went to the water park, you really enjoyed the lazy river, didn't
Ooh, yeah. Is he still looking at that tape?
you? I had a lot of pieces on my knee.
Like when I used to keep Winnie busy when she was younger, I'd give her band-aids.
That's
Take it off.
You take it off.
Or
Okay.
pads.
You're gonna drop me everything to pick me up early tomorrow.
Okay.
Really?
And I tried to you're a new hairstylist.
You have a new hairstylist?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Can I trust you? Labrador got a new hairstylist.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Well, hairstylist. New
The bath?
hairstylist.
What? Yeah, he took in a shower before our video. He likes to watch Sheriff Labrador.
I have to Google that. I don't know.
Sheriff, it's kind of a preschooly show. He watches it on YouTube. I don't know where it was. And Sheriff Labrador is like, children, you should never get in the car with strangers. They will try to trick you. So he like goes around citing these things. And the other day at school, his teacher said, in character education, she had him get up in front of the class and repeat his stranger danger admonishment for everybody.
The best thing that he could do, just tell him.
Oh, this is a good story, a real quick one before we go. So we had field day last week at Amos's school, and the music was really loud, and he wasn't crazy about field day anyway, but the loud music, like we didn't even stay for a hot dog, and he was kind of excited about the hot dogs. I was excited about the hot dogs. So we left, and I was sort of upset. I mean, I kind of was like walking down the hall, and I was like, the music, I was mad. I didn't write about it. I was like, I'm just gonna, let it go, or just let it marinate for a while. And that's one thing I feel like I'm it's really hard for me, and I'm learning, is to, like, just let things sort of ride, and I think with schools, when you have kids with special needs like we do, and when you do what you and I do for a living, we're on videos talking, that I think sometimes people feel like they're under a microscope for us. Like we do something, they're gonna talk about it on TV or whatever. And I didn't, and I was glad I didn't, but it still didn't undo the fact that I thought there was an important conversation. So today I got to talk to the principal, like just kind of ran into her in the office because I picked him up early. And I said, "Hey, let's talk about that." And I said, I think it's really going to take a lot of everything takes so much planning, and I said to her, like, I get that you can't like think through everything and you have more than one person, and I'm glad to help you too, and I don't know either, but we just want to make sure that we're always trying to do all this planning. Anyway, it was nice to kind of give it 4 or 5 days.
But I also think there's a way of making people aware that's like not accusatory. It's just like, how do we do better? So when Cooper was in fourth and fifth grade, this really upset me, and still to this day. So Cooper spent 100% of his time in his sped class, right, with four other kids. But when it came to the yearbook, they put him in a big class that he was never in, 0% of the time. And I said, why? And they told me, well, some parents don't want anyone to know that their kids have autism. And I said, well, that's not our kids. Cooper's nonverbal. Like, there's no, I'm like, it's more sad that like people are going to be like, who is this kid in this photo that's not in our class? That really hurt me. I don't know. It was like, I spent all this time accepting my son's disability. Now you want me to pretend that it's not real? But so I had a really nice conversation about that. And they're like, yeah, we never thought about it that way. And I'm like, well, it's like we work so hard for acceptance. Then all of a sudden we're like, nope, he's not. He doesn't have a disability. He's in the gen ed class, you know?
Right. Yeah, and I think there is a tendency for parents of children with disabilities to wage war. And I think as an educator, that's really just not a good way to make things happen generally. No, it doesn't mean that it's not sometimes necessary, but I think on unless it's something huge on a day-to-day basis, that is not going to help. You've got to build these relationships, to have it work. In our book, where is our book? I just had a copy I was showing today. Oh, here it is under my popcorn. Our book, we have the education chapter. And I think we do a really nice job of we each talk about our own our children's paths in education, which have been very different so far. And they're changing all the time. Jack is now in his second year of a college program. Cooper goes to high school next year. Amos has one more year at the elementary school. And I was telling Kate, like, he's got a report card, he's got passing grades and ELA, science and history, not math. And it's like, anyway, just kind of working through all these things. Anyway.
I like that book.
Nice book. Did you see the email with the New York Times bestseller on the top?
Gosh, your mom's gonna have to buy 30 more copies.
So can I just say that I thought it would be a little brighter or bigger?
That's what she said.
Like, I thought it would look like my hand. And I wanted the sticker.
Oh, the seal.
I want a seal. How do you get that?
No, maybe we have to write another one. We need to write another one.
Allowed to share the new cover?
I don't know. She asked, so she.
Well, we could share it. She asked if you would send it to her.
Okay, I gotta go pick up Saucy. Did you
This is what I want mine to look like.
Did you like the wall? Look at my wall.
Oh, tell me about that.
And I'm getting this painted tomorrow, so this will all be white.
Well, that's funny you say that because I am your very good friend and I thought it looked so good, but I was like, it needs to all be white, but I'm not going to tell her that because it still looks nice.
To paint it tomorrow.
I didn't know what people in Minnesota did. I wanted it to look like this.
We drink pop. Oh, wow. Oh, that's there.
This is a New York Times bestseller.
We have to write a second one.
I'm gonna look at this. I have just written my name on the front of this cover.
Let's sell that. Okay, I will talk to you later. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, thanks for having me.